Sorry, girls. I'm a little bit sweaty because I was just working out. Oh, hello, cameo from Miss Tulip Mama. I don't want to get you sweaty. Um, I'm going to be addressing this video to Jamie Polone. I'm now going to be using her full name because at this point now, Jamie Polone is now spreading lies to people in the actual physical world. So, as I said in my previous video, my over hour-long video, as cults do, they will try to create a narrative or control the narrative and just start lying. And so, since they are unable to disprove anything that I said, they are now trying to change how people are perceiving me. And so, let me give an update on animal control since I did call them and they finally got back to me. The officer that I talked to went to her house on Thursday. So Jamie Polone. Again, I'm going to be using her full name since now that she's going to be spreading these lies to people in the real world. I feel like it's extremely important for people in the real world to find this video accessible to defend my name as a black man. And I'm going to be pointing out as a black man because it's extremely serious at this point. So Jamie Polone had almost over a week to fix the situation with her animals. And so when the officer called me today on Thursday evening, he updated me on what he saw. So Jamie Polone had her mother fly out to Washington to help her clean up the mess that you see in the videos that I'm again going to show. Jamie Polone also said that that the animals' living situations were temporary, even though that shouldn't even be an excuse that animals should ever be subjected to that type of living environment where their health is actually a concern and was a multitude of times actually impacting their health. And so Jamie Polone said this was temporary. So this is the first slide that I'm going to be addressing because I have multiple videos and I have the first video dating back to October of 2020. And I'm going to be showing a screen cap of the video title so you can also see it for yourself so you know that I'm not lying. And so I'm always also going to be continually placing all the clips that I have from October 2020 to from before I left in July 2021. And so the officer noted everything he could do about the situation, but when he walked into the house, he noted how the tortoise's enclosure was freshly changed, as well as everything else being tidied up, which is fabulous. That's fine. Now the animals are okay temporarily until Jamie Polone decides to get lazy and neglect her animals again, like what has happened repeatedly when I was living there. And so Jamie Polone is now told this officer who has no idea about the situation going on. Jamie Polone told this officer that about the situation, saying it's just like apparently telling the officer that already defending her name because she was already just extremely nervous and saying that I was actually the one abusing her. And so, as a black man, I take this very seriously because she's painting a narrative. And as I told you from my hour-long video, in Washington, it is the home of the KKK, and where there's a lot of racist people. And so, for Jamie Polone to be painting this narrative of me when it was her and Sally Wild who were putting me to the brink of suicide. And if I need to get other family members involved to speak on the behalf of the dynamic, then I absolutely will if these lies continue, because I am not going to be having this as under me, have this on my back, just because Jamie Polone and Sally Wild do not want to take accountability for their abusive actions and for Jamie Polone to not take accountability for neglecting her animals. It was not temporary, unless you consider over a year of animals living that situation temporary. If you even notice in the October 2020 video, she starts adding more litter boxes because she is so freaking lazy that she doesn't want to tend to her animals. So Jamie Polone, quit lying about that. Jamie Polone, so I caught Jamie Polone in two lies, lying about trying to play down her situation with her animals, which just really shows she doesn't care about her animals. She's just trying to deflect. That's all they're trying to do is deflect. Since they cannot disprove anything that I said, they're trying to deflect. And so Jamie Polone is now spreading these rumors. And so I also want to also address how Jamie Pallone and Sally Wilde are trying to paint this narrative that I'm taking things out of context. Now, I want to remind you guys again of the power dynamic that I spoke of before. And anytime I spoke of my own personal opinion, I was always reprimanded for it and punished for it. As I said before, both Jamie Pallone and Sally Wilde were constantly calling everyone else a narcissist, so why would I ever speak in defense of members who I also have my own personal history with, and defending them at the risk of my expense of my living situation. Now, they also try to act as if I profited off of them at all, when again, I was severely underpaid. What I was being paid each week, my friends who also do social media who do less work get paid $150 a day when I would get paid $250 a week for doing social media on Facebook, creating original content on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and as well as helping with their emails, as well as being a very present face on their YouTube channel. And so for them to be continuously trying to create these narratives, Jamie Pallone and Sally Wilde, this is not okay. And I'm going to say, my name is Patrick Lewis. If they want to try to play this defensive game or whatever, I don't give a fuck. If you guys are going to start lying on me, and as me as a black man saying that I was abusing you guys when you guys were quite literally abusing me, abusing other victims who also have come forward to me in private. And this is another reason why I'm not backing down, because I've gotten such a ridiculous amount of people coming forward telling me in private how much it's helped them and affirmed for them of the abuse that they went through with Jamie Pallone and Sally Wilde. It is time for you both to start taking accountability for your things instead of trying to deflect and trying to paint me out to be this awful person just because neither of you guys want to come to accept the terms that you guys have a lot of growing to do. So Jamie Pallone and Sally Wilde, if you continue with this, I will get other family members involved. I will start involving a lot more people if you continue with these lies, if you continue with these narratives. If you want to continue on with your cult, that's perfectly fine, but do not start creating lies about me. This is the exact racist behavior that I even implied in my long video, and this is exactly what narcissists actually try to do. Um, I don't know if I'm even forgetting anything at this point, but I am just so upset that they are now trying to paint these narratives. And so I felt like it's extremely important for me to call out the blatant lies that Jamie Pallone and Sally Wilde are now saying. This is not new for them. This is Jamie Pallone and Sally Wilde are known for lying. That's why they created those personas of Yelidra and Satira so they could catfish. That's why I purposely exposed certain text messages to these people that they pretended to be friends to. It doesn't matter what I have, personal opinions I have of them, because none of these people ever thought that we were close friends. In fact, every single person that I came to privately already knew how I felt about them. I only brought those screenshots forward just so they would know and be on the same page with those two as well. And also, I want to point out how a couple of people are trying to say that I am bullying them on the internet, on my Twitter in specific. When you have to listen to both Jamie Pallone and Sally Wilde continuously refer to you as a dog, because I was referred to as a dog. I was referred to as a dog, I was referred to as a leech, a narcissist, how I have so much stuff I need to work on. There's a long, like, when you have to spend every single night having to play music and ambient music just so you wouldn't have to hear the shit talking that they would have to say about you. And I couldn't say anything. I could not say a single thing because that's how, again, the power dynamic of I would end up homeless, I would lose a job, I would lose everything. My living situation in my personal life was not how it is now that I could safely leave. If I was truly the abuser, I wouldn't have had to have people come and pick me up in the middle of the night because I feared for my life because Jamie Pallone bought bullets and was trying to buy a gun, and then also was speaking loudly to Sally after she listened to my phone call saying that she's not afraid of going to jail. So this is a very real situation for me, not only for my reputation, but for actually my life in general. Jamie Pallone and Sally Wilde, I will not allow you to bully me. I will not allow you to silence me. What you are doing is extremely manipulative, and I'm going to make sure that if you're going to continue with these lies, that everyone's going to know exactly who you are, and people are going to associate your name, not just your aliases that you both continue try to hide behind one of your many aliases. This This is not the first time that Jamie Polone and Sally Wilde has lied to everybody and will continue to lie to everybody. There's quite literally a reason as to why they cannot discredit me with any actual facts and they only can go after my character. And so, Jamie Polone, if you continue lying to me about my name to people, I will continue exposing more of the stuff that I didn't want to need to expose. Just like I said on Twitter, I did not want to have to expose you neglecting your animals. I already took care of that in private. But as I said in that long video, that I knew I had to let things take its course to take evidence because otherwise I would not have proof and they could continuously paint this narrative of me as a black man because it's so easy to say that, oh, because I'm a black gay man, I want drama, I want attention, and like, it's so easy to paint these narratives. And this is not okay. This is exactly what a cult does, and I'm not going to back down from it because I have had so many people come to me, opening up to me of how much it's helped them and healed them. I don't need people to vocalize and stand up because I can stand up on my own. No one else needs to take this backfire. The only thing I ask for people, if you do support me and what it is that I'm saying, to please share the videos that I have posted about Jamie Polone and Sally Wilde because this is not okay. People need to see and realize how manipulative and how actually psychotic these individuals are. And this is like, I can't do this anymore. I'm not going to continue playing these games. This is not just internet drama. This is very real for me. So if you, before you continue leaving these comments, those very few people who are still believing in Sally Wilde and Jamie Polone, keep in mind that this is very real for me. You guys weren't worrying about your life and hearing about how Jamie Polone wasn't afraid to going to jail and how I literally picked up the Amazon box with her bullets and she's never had gun training before. So when I tell you that my life was on the line, that I was seriously scared, also I want to also note that, and this is not just me coming out of my mouth, when both Jamie Polone and Sally Wilde would brag about how old Coven members' houses were put on fire because they did not listen to their words, when they brag about how their curses have killed people before. Again, I have refrained from saying a whole lot because I did not want it to get to this point, but Jamie Polone and Sally Wilde, I am not going to allow you to put this on my name as a black man. So if you continue these lies, I will continue bringing everyone into this picture and involving everybody on these lies so everyone's in the full, clear picture.